Hello there, and welcome to another Breaches VRML cast. My name is Jonesy, and I am here with Plague Doctor.
Hello, this is Plague Doctor. I'm one of the NA casters, not EU, but, joining here on an EU cast just to get some experience in, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is wonderful to have some diversity in the EU scene. Obviously, last season we didn't have many casts, but I mean, so far, one a week, maybe more this week.
Yeah, no, I've actually been seeing a lot of interest, between some of the casters to try to pick up more of these matches. We have, you trying to pick up casts. I think we had Rise maybe trying to pick some up. And, I've been interested in the EU scene sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see, what the differences are here.
Yeah, I mean, the EU scene, like I said in the postseason multiple times now, it's always different from the NA, and we always end up with an entire different environment. I mean, you're going to see it firsthand here. We have two quite good teams, both with well-known players. We have SunsetRavens and Hex EU. We pull up the EU standings. Obviously, we saw last week Hex win. They are their third, and SunsetRavens 10th.
No, it's going to be interesting here. So... it's so early in the season, it's really hard to get a read on who's going to go ahead, who's really, better in this matchup, especially since a lot of the teams are unranked right now. So I think having this matchup here, we're going to need to see how it goes in the first map, seeing will SunsetRavens pull ahead. It looks like maybe they'll be on offense, or will Hex be able to, hold a lead?
Yeah, I mean, last week, literally against Ragnarok, we saw Hex play. Hex managing to come out on top against a team which has been notorious for being in that postseason. And it's just wonderful to see. SunsetRavens did lose last week, as you can see down there in the bottom left. But that doesn't really mean much. Let's look here at our matchup here. They played Skyscraper and Arctic, but they lost. And Hex EU playing Factory and Ship. That's four completely different maps.
Yeah, no, there's not really any common maps so far. I guess maybe you could look at the Season 3 statistics, but otherwise, not much to go off here between the two of them. I'm curious, did you receive any map bans just to see? I'm guessing Maul is probably going to be out of the pool, just because a lot of teams have been banning Maul. But if I had to guess, maybe SunsetRavens, if they're banning the strong map of Hex, will probably ban Factory just so they can't get that, 88% round win rate.
Yeah, I mean, I received nothing, so it is going to be a wonder to see. In lobby, no map's been voted on, but also there isn't everybody here, and it is once again Hex that we're waiting for. A little bit of a pattern from last week as well.
Looks like we're actually waiting on members from both. We do have... 3 SunsetRavens players, along with, I think, a fourth. I'm not quite familiar with Vessel.
Oh, wait, no,
we're
just waiting on SunsetRavens. Yeah,
yes, I think we're just waiting on SunsetRavens currently.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're being very prompt for what they hope to be a victory.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go into this pretty confident, and I feel like being punctual is part of that. If you're able to be in the lobby at first, you're able to maybe get some good discussion in about what map you want, about, you can talk to the team and figure out maybe what players they're putting in, because that's a really important part of the play. Is if with the teams having 8 players, there's 3 players that they could be out or in, and so figuring out, okay, they have their IGL in, or hey, they actually don't have one of their entry fraggers in. It's going to be really good for teams to figure out, okay, we should play this map because they don't have this specific player.
Yeah, I mean, currently we have what I call a wonderful situation of, if you get in before, you can sort of speak to the opponents. You might be able to figure out what maps do they like, what maps don't they like. And obviously, if they haven't banned, like Maul, for example, but Hex has just non-stop played Maul and scrims, they could have that huge advantage, and we just don't know any of that.
Yeah, no, I think that for me is going to be, interesting, because I haven't really seen a lot of the EU scrims. I've only seen a couple of the EU games, and so seeing... if Hex has gotten some practice in on scrim, seeing SunsetRavens has gotten a good bit of practice. And, I just watched the SunsetRavens NA match last night against, I believe it was Rebel, which, went interesting. It unfortunately didn't end well for them, but they seem to have a good bit of practice in on Factory, on Hideout, on any of those maps. So I think maybe SunsetRavens will mirror that. And with Hex NA, I think Hex NA actually has, they lost their leader, and I think some of them actually left the team as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hex EU can, pick up the slack a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last week them absolutely dominate, as you saw as well, their rounds on Factory. They played 8, and they won the map. That means that they lost 1, and I'm pretty sure it was a round 2. So they won every pistol round. I mean,
yeah,
pistol
no,
rounds. Pistol rounds.
I'd be surprised. I would be absolutely surprised if they don't ban Factory then, because that is a crazy amount to win, especially on week 1, where typically you're going to be placed against maybe higher teams than normally you'd be used to, just because of, of the soft MMR reset sometimes. Yeah. So I think it's going to be interesting to see, what the map-ins will be. I would be shocked if they don't ban Factory, personally.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if Factory ban doesn't come out, and then I'm kind of hoping we do see Maul come through, and they've gone for something like a Skyscraper or an Arctic ban as the other. I mean, seeing Maul in the season, I want to see Maul come through.
I was gonna say, me and Bob were lucky enough. We actually did have, I believe, the first casted Maul of the season on week 1, because teams didn't ban it. That was pretty exciting to see. But actually, on the flip side, yesterday, with SunsetRavens, NA, and Rebel, both teams banned Maul. They didn't pick a different map. Both of them only banned Maul. And then apparently agreed to not play Skyscraper.
That is interesting. I mean, technically they used 2 bans, but that's the sort of things that I like about VR as well. There's this sort of personal level, because you can go up to someone in game and give them a high five, give them a handshake, and you sort of add to the personal level of, we know each other, and that sort of trust is just amazing to see.
Oh yeah, and it looks like we're still kind of waiting on SunsetRavens. They've had a player come in and then drop, come in then drop a couple times. So we'll see if they stay in this time. Looks like map is going to be voted on, however, so I'm interested to see. I think a quick read on this, I'm going to guess we're going to get into Hideout.
But that, if we see Factory,
and it's going to be Hideout.
I mean, I think this is a good one all around, because Hideout is such a neutral map. Every player knows Hideout, and they know how to roll out first.
100%. People, if they're going to be playing, if they're playing pubs, probably 80% is just going to be Hideout. If you're in comp, if Hideout comes up, it's getting voted on. It's going to be something that every player has played countless amount of times. It's probably unwillingly, in your career stats, probably your favorite map, just because you've played it so many times. Looks like we will have a side change here as SunsetRavens switches over to defense.
Yeah, I mean, switching to defense, I mean, that could be a big thing, as I find people quite often like playing the attack on Hideout, especially as your first map. You kind of get to get used to the opponents and how they're going to play. But going defense first on Hideout as well, you kind of see the way people attack, because attacking is really defining in this game.
Yeah, no, I think for me, I might have a different philosophy than some people, which is, instead of starting on my strong side, I like to start on my weak side. That way, if I lose some rounds, it's expected. Then when I get to my strong side, I can really finish out strong. And I think that's part of why typically, if I do have side choice, I'd typically like to do offense rather than defense, just because I can get a really good read on the other team since we're on defense. I can tell, all right, are they going to stay in corners? Are they going to be rushing me? Are they going to be aggressive? So that when they go onto offense, I can have at least a bit of an idea of what they're going to be doing and what they're going to be buying. Because a lot of times on pistol round for offense, you'll know, okay, the defenders have a Taurus, they have a Cyclone, and you'll know, okay, they're probably going to be pretty aggressively pushing in on the points of the Cyclone, or a little longer distance with the Taurus.
Yeah, that is a huge debate as well, the pistol round. And on defense, I see more soft buys, like you're not going as deep on a pistol round. Maybe you'll have one Taurus like we saw last week with Scottish Ripper. He just always bought a Taurus there. And then maybe we see some more offensive buys from the attackers. We do have still only 9 people in and only about a minute left on the clock, though. It's going to be good to see what comes through.
Oh yeah, and it looks like we are just waiting on SunsetRavens here. They've had people push in, push out, push in, push out of their roster. We'll see if they finally get someone to stick. But I guess we're just waiting on that for now. You know, I'm curious with starting on defense, what the loadouts are going to be for SunsetRavens. I'm guessing I'm going to see a good bit of utility. That's what I've been kind of severely lacking on some teams I've been seeing recently in some casted games and scrims, is that they just don't use a lot of utility. They underestimate how useful utility will be.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about utility, we are going to see it in a moment as we hop into our first map, Hideout.
Going to be a real exciting one here. You know, looking at the loadouts, we do have, I believe, all spectrals so far. We do have Tonko actually bringing out a Cyclone. Maybe going to be a bit aggressive on that defense. Incendiary and Frag, pretty standard buy here. But 2 frags from HexEU, maybe they're going to be trying to utilize those to their advantage, maybe trying to throw them into B. I'm curious if we're going to see a meta push here or an off meta from HexEU. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I reckon we might see more of a meta one come through, especially on a first round, because you never want to give away your tactics on a first round, do you?
No, not really, especially on pistol round where, you know, I mean, it's kind of the flip side of you don't want to show your tactics at the same time, though. This is the time when you're going to have the most even economy, the most even weaponry. Like, this is the time to do any good strats that you can't really have the other team have an advantage on.
Yeah, I mean, that is the strat. And I mean, they are going for the default play, immediately blowing that hatch and hopping out the family room window. Some sprays coming through from Circle, hitting the chimney breast, but not managing to go through.
Looks like we do have just a standard A push here from HexEU, pushing up pretty aggressively towards the wall. Desander, Mike, and Adam all inside the point here, looking to push forward. Ami Llama is pushing forward, trying to get the EMP down, I believe, throwing a grenade into the back onto the bathtub here. Wall is blown with a grenade heading back, does hit Desander. Yellow Mac takes out Toniko. EMP's going down here, Jonesy.
Yeah, EMP's down, but the Incend there takes out Vessel, almost takes down Llama, and Llama is stuck right there behind the bomb. He has no health. That grenade comes through. It won't tag him, though. Kills going everywhere. It's a 4v2 now. It's another kill, another Incend, and Llama doesn't manage to get the EMP down.
That's 2 people getting taken down so far because of some great utility from SunsetRavens. However, with that update coming out just recently, Incends only last 10 seconds rather than 15, so they're much worse plant denial now than they were. And then they get the round off. HexEU claims first pistol round here. But yeah, with that update, the incendiaries are not going to be as useful as they were. You know, they cut down the plant denial time by 1/3.
Yeah, I mean, that 1/3 is everything as well. 5 whole seconds of fire. That's stopping someone from planting for 5 whole seconds or defusing for another 5 seconds.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot when you look at it, but 5 seconds in a game like this is an eternity. You know, it's the difference between having 30 seconds denial on the EMP versus having 20. That's a whole another 10 seconds that the other team can use to plant, fake plant, bait out util, bait out frags, anything like that. It's going to maybe be a little bit of a change to the meta. I feel like, personally, they should have gone with increasing the price rather than decreasing the duration, but we'll see if it works out well.
Yeah, I mean, they could always go back and maybe up the duration to 12.5 and make the cost a bit more expensive. We don't know Triangle Factory, but I mean, the new gadget as well, which we might see coming in next week.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Looks like we do have Mami Llama. It's going to be droning in here for HexEU, going into this pretty confident, straight into garage, checking for utility. The first drone goes down here with 3, almost 4 people in garage right now. Toniko, Adam, and Desander all in the garage, shooting out the drone. They know there's at least 2 with Mike waiting in the wings. They do have trips over on Laundry Window, but surprisingly, Hex does not have a person rappelling over there.
Yeah, I mean, Laundry is a normal push. We do have Vessel on that front door, though, waiting for maybe a flank coming through. Desander almost peeking him, but takes down 2 with the Omen, one of them being a penetration.
It's a great collateral there from Desander with that Omen, putting it to great use. Looks to push out here and maybe take out Vessel on front door if he can. Yellow Mac pretty low here. Desander looking to take advantage of the front door here. Takes down Vessel. That's a 3K for Desander so far. Looking to make it a 4K. Takes down Circle. 4K here. Now just needs to get Yellow Mac, and he could claim an ace. Yellow Mac takes down Toniko with a great incendiary. Tries to get the nade off as well. The Sander, hungry for that ace, starts pushing up towards the door. See if he can get it off.
I mean,
4K here
getting
from
an
DeSander is
ace,
fantastic.
an ace would be amazing for him right now. That eco as well from getting all 5 kills. He will be rich going into that next round, and that purchase will go straight back to him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it'll probably be Vezin. We'll see if Yellowmac chooses to push here. I feel like with the Spectral, trying to just get a pick would probably be the play here. I don't think pushing straight in and giving them the kill is going to be the good idea. I think here, doing what he's doing, going straight back, just watching through the front door is going to be a good idea. Trying to get a pick off to deny some econ from the other team is going to be a lot better than just throwing yourself at them and getting taken out.
Yeah, here though, he is looking like he'll go to save. He did give away his position, so they know he's near the front door, but no one's really rotating on that. Obviously, having only 30 seconds on the clock, there's nothing Yellowmac can do, so he looks like he may just sit it out and save with his charm on his gun.
Yep, looks like he will. And we do actually have SunsetRavens with a surprising amount of, I would say a surprising amount of restraint here. Not even shooting out any of the windows over on Theater or on front door, not trying to get any peeks off on him. You know, a good amount of restraint here to not get picked off one by one.
Yeah, I mean, usually you might see someone go for maybe an ego peek and then they get dropped, and then someone else tries to get a refrag and they get dropped, but no one is pressuring here and they're all playing it safe.
Yep, and then now tied up 1-1. You know, it's anyone's game right now. We do have HexEU with 4 Vezins, actually, nearly 5 if Mamlama decided to grab one. Meanwhile, over on SunsetRavens, just an SMG play here because that's all they really can afford. But, you know, I think they could get this off. We do have a 5.0 KD from DeSander and a 4.0 from Yellowmac, so playing pretty well for their teams here. I'm excited to see how it's going to continue going, especially with DeSander. He did very well with that Omen last round. You know, a 4K with an Omen on Garage Push is exemplary.
Yeah, I mean, a 4K in the second round, that's got to mean something to his team, and he's got to be feeling good after that. He is going to maybe have to be shut down now, though, as it is 1-1, and Hex want to try and take the lead early so they don't have to mess around later.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risky play here to get 4 Vezins, but I think it will pay off because they're so ahead. You know, if they can just get some cheeky kills off here on SunsetRavens, it'll pay off in spades. Looking to go through storage. We do have, I believe, 3 players here in storage. DeSander, Adam, and Toniko in storage. I'm surprised to not see any utility flying in there, trying to figure out if they can, you know, take any players down early. We do have a Proxen. Wall is blown. No one heading into A. Yellowmac takes out Mike, who was on Garage Hatch here. An important pickup because that was one of the... that was an Omen for SunsetRavens. There's at least a pickup there denying them some weaponry.
Yeah, Llama tries to push in there through the basement, but he does get immediately taken out. Flo's going to try and get a little repick, but Toniko sat in the back there of storage, playing wonderfully. Yellowmac still watching the upstairs, and an Incend goes out!
Great incendiary there to block off the push from Circle and Flo. Maybe a little bit early, but it did stop their momentum from building. Flo is pretty low on this wall, pushing straight in. I feel like there was a bit of a misplay there from Flo pushing in alone. I think a double push would have been a little bit better there. Circle and Vessel stuck outside. We do have Yellowmac blowing the hatch, but not actually doing much with it. Adam pushes straight out, takes out Circle, tries to take out Vessel as well, but barely can't get it off.
There goes Toniko's chance at another 4K. He could get these last 2 and get that 4K. We may see it come through. Vessel tries to push in, but doesn't manage to pick anyone up. But he does get a stim there off his teammate's body.
Vessel pushes straight in, does take out Adam with a great play space through the wall. Now Toniko is alone in storage here. Yellowmac knows he's back there. Throws a nade! Does hit him, but he does have a stim, but now they know he's definitely back there. I'm surprised Vessel is not peeking to the left here. Nearly gets caught out there. Vessel trying to push into EMP here. It's a rough situation to be in for Hex here as Toniko takes out Vessel and DeSander takes out Yellow.
Another 3K for Toniko. He's currently what? He's popping off all of these rounds so far.
I believe the 4K was from Desander last time, but then we do have, the entire SunsetRavens team here popping off. Desander with the 4K with the Omen, then Toniko with the 3K. It's an interesting thing here to watch. SunsetRavens getting a great defense off, and I think both teams kind of getting a feel for each other's strategy here. HexEU paying dearly for that 4 Vezin buy, now unfortunately unable to buy mostly anything. They do pick up a Vezin from Amilama who did save. However, a near full buy on SunsetRavens, and pretty comfortably as well. They'll be able to buy rifles next round. It's going to be rough for HexEU to pick up here.
Going to be very difficult to come up. I do apologize. The scoreboard does look a little bit broken. It is not grabbing the right kills there. It looks like Toniko says free. But if we hop over to our main scoreboard here, Toniko is at free.
No, that's what I'm saying. Desander got the 4K. Toniko got the 3K.
I'm tired.
It happens.
Hey boy,
looks like we do a B push here from HexEU, just trying to get very aggressive straight into bedroom already.
Yeah, immediately going through. Vessel takes down the corridor there, and Mike is low right through the wall. He could go for... Was that double procs on the same table?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like you said, in bedroom here, Llama and Flow. Yellow on the hatch, Circle on Skylight. Mike D10 does get stimmed, and he is back to higher health, but that wall, the door blocker behind him goes down. Vessel going for the peek, and Mike peeks it. Vessel gets the tags off and gets the kill.
Bit of a risky play there for Vessel. If Mike got a good headshot off, he did have a Cadillo, so we could have just one-tapped him there. Barely couldn't get it off. Now, SunsetRavens is locked in their own connector, however, with HexEU free to plant. They can't push out because of that incendiary.
Oh,
what a rough incendiary.
And goes down to Descendo. A thrifty round there, one of the new tags added by Triangle Factory.
It's gotta hurt for SunsetRavens. They threw that incendiary out to try to deny the plant, but it landed on the table. Just didn't help them at all. It's really unfortunate to see. And with those new tags added from Triangle Factory, you can see they had, I believe, a significant amount of less income there than SunsetRavens. So it's interesting to see, I hope to see we get some more tags in the future. I appreciate they did add them.
Yeah, I mean, like adding them was amazing.
Yeah. No, and so quick as well, with the new gadget. 2-2 here. Full buy from HexEU, trying to go into this pretty strong. All of them could nearly afford a second rifle if they really wanted to, other than Vessel. So they're pretty freely going into this full buy. Meanwhile, SunsetRavens, soft buying here. They can't get much. They're having to get what they can to scrape together a round.
I mean, scraping around, we've seen it in the past. I mean, the Canut as well right now. I don't know if you've heard how good it is.
The sniper, yeah.
it does feel like a sniper. Being able to have the agility as well of running around one-handed, it is amazing.
Yeah, no, it feels almost like in the update they made it a slug shotgun rather than a buckshot, Like, great grenade there, trying to take out a player in the back corner. It looks like Desander is going to be actually staying on the point. Vessel takes out Toniko with a great Marui shot on the front door.
There it is, the Marui obviously changed to be that long-range rifle, the Vezin having its nerfs. Adam trying to use the V-stock there to try and shoot over the van, doesn't manage to get any tags, and Llama is through to Piano, doesn't check the corner, and the trigger discipline there from Tiny gets the kill.
Yeah, you hate to see it with people not checking their corners. It's really rough to go through that living room. Yellow Mac takes out Tiny Boy with a great Vezin shot. Desander gets a kill on Circle. Flo tries to get the refrag. Barely can't get it off. Desander still holding down an Omen there. Nearly gets flashed out. Adam with the great grenade. Barely doesn't get any hits there on Flo. HexEU kind of stuck outside the point here. 3v3. Yellow Mac gets taken out by Desander with some great Omen shots here. Desander pushes out, takes out Vessel. Tries to go for the third. Flo here, watching theater with that Vezin. Desander now picking up a Vezin as well, choosing to get away from the Omen. Flo going to get peeked here by Adam. Close shots there. If I'm Flo, I don't even bother saving here. I try to get as many kills as I can.
Yeah, he has the eco. Their entire team really has eco. They can probably go for the buys. He is now pretty much one-shot, but this table is wallbangable. Mike D10 gets another tag off, and there is Descender with the roam, now 3-2.
I say Descender putting in some great work with the Omen overall. You know, we've been seeing a lot of great shots from him with the Omen, getting a 2, maybe 3K that last round, I believe. Leading 11-2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, 11-2. It is amazing to be doing this. You can really tell, me and Rise were talking the last cast, these players, not all of them go for kills, not all of them do this and that. Usually have someone going for the EMP, someone going for the top frag, and then usually the people in the middle who hold the entire team together. Here we can kind of see who that is. Descender here on the defense, going for the kills, and it is working for them.
Yeah, no, I think the distinction of roles is really important, and I think that's what separates a lot of, you know, lower level teams to upper level teams, is having that distinction and realizing, you know, not everyone is going to be at that high of a level. Not everyone is going to be doing everything. You need to have a distinction where, okay, you're the droner, you're not going to get kills, but you're going to be doing great work for your team and allowing other people to get in there and clear your path. You know, and that's what we're seeing here. Droner goes in. We don't have everyone pushing straight through. Circle getting a great incendiary, but barely doesn't land on the ground. Incendiary straight to Tonico's feet. Nearly take him out with that frag as well. Forces him to use a stim charge. Adam still in storage here.
Oh, Circle getting hit by Flo in the back as he tries to go for the peak. Flo not happy that his teammate ran in front of him.
Who would be? And it looks like we do. Actually, we have a roamer here from Vessel. Straight by A, just pushes straight past. Trying to flank out Descender here. We'll see if they check the flank. Like a good play here for Vessel might be just to not use the cloak. Flo takes out Mike. Circle takes out Tonico. Descender getting flanked here by Vessel, but he takes him out.
Yeah, I mean, here we see it. These people holding the roams as well. That is a huge role to have, and Descender does get shot up by Flo. Flo knows his position, but he does have a cloak. That cloak being amazing, but Adam takes down one and goes down himself in storage.
I say it'd be really useful here for SunsetRavens to loot any utility they can. Right now, they don't really have much. They don't have any throwables. They don't have anything they can place down. HexaU 3-2 here. They have a lot of utility to utilize. They have smokes. They have breaching foams. They have cloaks. SunsetRavens here at a bit of a disadvantage.
Maybe a disadvantage, but they are in sight, and they do have the EMP. Flo going for the plant. Tiny Boy not going to counter. Never mind. Tiny Boy getting a kill. Flo still on that EMP. Doesn't know where the other one is. They only know the position of one. Descender is crouching through storage, though. Circle sees him, takes him out. Tiny Boy in a 1 versus 2.
Flo with that cloak is pretty dangerous here for Tiny Boy. He's going to get pushed from behind by Circle. He does take out Flo, but barely can't flick to take out Circle there. Some great position play here by HexaU, splitting his attention, making so he has to shoot one of them. The other one can just shoot him straight in the back.
Yeah, I mean, boom. That's the sort of pinches that we love to see, and we see it come through as we are now on the other half. Going into the second half, tied. That is a huge advantage for both teams. Obviously, you want an advantage anyway, but this is perfect for them.
Yeah, no, this is a great position to be in here. You know, 3-3, it could be anyone's game still, but now HexaU is on defense. They're going to have maybe a little bit of time here. They have a pistol round. They have the second round there where they can, you know, get some good intel. We do have quite a bit of util coming out from SunsetRavens, actually. You know, spending all the money they can. They have 2 incendiaries, a frag, a drone. A stim is an interesting choice here. You don't see that too much here in competitive play.
Yeah, I mean, stim on a round 1. I mean, Mike does have a Jesper. If you don't really know Mike, Mike's from Israel, so his ping is quite high. So him sort of being that sacrifice. Oh, Vessel's already one shot. Did I miss something from... Oh, Tonico on the front door. Did not notice
yeah,
that.
I did not know that.
No, yeah, Mike on ping. He's doing that sacrifice in that team position. He's like, I'll sacrifice. I'll buy a stim for the team. might not be able to do much, but I mean, look at Mike as well. He's playing wonderful so far.
He really is. And looks like we do have Yellow Mac here on Theater. Maybe preempting a roam from Tonic on these stairs. Tonic might catch up Mami Llama if he's not careful. Desander takes out Circle with a great incendiary, I believe, onto the connector. You know, really, he had nowhere to run. Vessel nearly is taken out. Flow at 1 health here. Stuck here, does take out Desander, but he takes out a trade there from beyond the grave.
Yeah, I mean, that trade there, the incend.
Aniko is now in the A point. He does get seen, but he does take out Yellow Mac. Now ready to push through the connector. Vessel, undaunted, just staying right here, watching him. Mami Llama takes out Tiny Boy and Adam, pushing through to try to take out Mike as well. Mike does get some hits off, but he does only have a ball Jester. Tonico in the point here. Will probably turn his back to Vessel. They don't know where he is. Vessel's alone on 16 health. And Tonico secures the kill. What a great flank from Tonico.
I mean, yeah, the flank coming through, I don't think any of them were expecting someone to be in storage. And then coming in through storage, it's just such a good bait. Like, you can pick them off. It's the pinching that we literally saw the round before, and it's being used against the people who used it.
Yeah, no, I think using that flank was really good. And now SunsetRavens is set aside for utility-wise. They can already get a Vezin because of the clutch there from, I believe, Adam and... Adam and Tonico, sorry. And then we do have, you know, Hex only on SMGs and pistols. Yellow Mac down to a Jesper, probably trying to Jesper save to get a rifle next round. It's going to be a rough situation for Hex to get this off, but I think it's still anyone's game.
I think it's anyone's game. I mean, we saw Mike with the Jesper. Mike didn't die with the Jesper, and he still has the Jesper. No, he's giving it to someone. He got rid of his Jesper.
Mm-hmm. Now, he got rid of his Jesper because I believe Tiny Boy got the Omen and passed him his Spectral. Maybe. And then he got a Viper. I believe, actually, Desander passed a Vezin to Adam, seeing as Desander's at 25 with only a Cyclone. I believe he did sacrifice a lot of his income there in order to give Adam a Vezin. Maybe a good idea. I believe Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Adam is their entry fragger.
I have no idea. He's been very aggressive, but I think Desander is more the roam or angle hold. So he doesn't need that Vezin. He needs more of an SMG, maybe, because he can just hold that angle.
Yeah, he's been putting in great work with that Omen, as we've been seeing, so we'll see how it goes. Vessel is on a very deep roam here, all the way back in Theater downstairs. I mean, he's going to be pushing up now. Mike and Desander are both downstairs, so we'll see if Vessel can even get this roam off. He's getting peeked here, and Mike takes out the roamer immediately. Some great flank watch there from SunsetRavens.
Oh, what a grenade from Desander! Bounces off the back wall of sight and up straight. Takes out Circle, and Flo was trapped behind the boxes there. Flash goes through, only gets one Llama. On the push, takes out one, but Mike gets a refrag. Desander, another nade.
I say it's unfortunate HexEU has no utility to block off this plant, so they had to push up, and that they really overextended there, unfortunately, because they had no utility. They just really got, I think, you know, econed out there. They had no utility to block off the plant, so they had to overextend, and that just is not a good situation to be in. SunsetRavens now pretty confidently going into this. They have a good bit of money. They can get some rifles, you know, maybe not all Vezins, but they could get some Arils if they really wanted to, or Cadeos. Meanwhile...
Speaking about the RL, I've seen the RL been used more. A lot more.
So it was buffed, I believe, 2 updates ago now, or 1 update ago, where the Aril was buffed, you know, the price was decreased, and its damage, I believe, was increased, and the damage fall-off was decreased. And so, you know, it does more damage at longer distances. It's really more in the meta here, more in the mid-game, obviously. In the late game, you're going to be using Vezins, you're going to be using Maruis, but the Aril is a great replacement for a lot of rounds. You know, if you have 3,000, right, and you nearly can get a rifle, but it's going to be switch round, and Aril is a great choice rather than having to settle for an SMG.
Yeah. I mean, settling for a rifle over an SMG any day is always better.
Oh, Vessel here trying to get the pick off here, and Desander, if he roams too far over, he does know he's there. Desander and Vessel kind of fighting this out on the window here. We'll see if one of them takes out the other. They do know the positioning here. Flow is in storage here. We actually have a very spread out push from SunsetRavens. Looks like they're going to be going for hatches here. Vessel is pushing forward towards the point, maybe trying to push up the hatch, but I think maybe the play for me here, if they know I'm around, I think I would just go back to point. This is a very risky roam for Vessel. Adam and Desander both here. He doesn't know they're there. They don't know he's here.
I mean, then they were both watching the direct path into sight. No one was watching Connector, and they didn't clear the corner. So Vessel takes one, and it is now 4v4.
If I was Vessel there, I think I would have waited until he blew the hatch. Then I could have hatch supremacy. It looks like he didn't. He's just going to push back here. Adam actually waiting on Garage. Vessel might get taken out here if he's not careful. Adam takes out Vessel as Mami Llama takes out Tiny Boy. Numbers evened up 3-3. Mami Llama trying to push out and take out Mike. Circle just waiting very patiently in storage here as Mami Llama takes out Mike. Double stack here, double cloak from Desander and Adam. Pushing through, takes out Circle. What a great pick there.
Drops straight down, gets the kill, takes it to a 2v2. Now they have to look for a stim here on the side of Hex because their health advantage is really one-sided. SunsetRavens don't know that though. They just know there's 45 seconds on the clock. They have rifles. They have a stim.
Yeah, and they're ahead rounds-wise. I think they're calling a rotate here over to A. Probably a smart move with the amount of utility that was over on Hex. They're directly in. Going for the plant. Mami Llama hears it. He's going to have to push through the connector. Yellow Max gets some great wall bangs off there, but just barely can't get it off. EMP is going to go down.
The gun!
Oh, he threw his gun in! Oh, no.
Oh, that hurts. He took his gun instead of the grenade.
Oh,
I feel bad.
That has gotta hurt.
Did he leave? No, someone else left on the side of Hex.
No.
I thought he got that mad he left.
Honestly,
I wouldn't have blamed him.
Honestly, I might not blame him if he did. Yeah, that would be. Oh no, with the Vezin too.
I think he might have been able to win that as well. The positioning there for SunsetRavens could have been better. Circle's back here. He sold the Viper before the bot saw that, claimed it. We are fine.
I just want to talk about Desander is nearly at a 20 kill thing here. He needs one more kill and he'll be at 20 here. You know, far outclassing most anyone in the scrim. Sorry, in the game, not scrim. You know, he'll be at a 5.0 KD if he gets one more kill here without dying. You know, congratulations to him. He's doing real well. Now, HexEU needs 3 rounds in a row to get to OT and to win OT. It's a rough situation to be in for any team, but especially a team that's this far down. They don't have great util. They don't have great rifles. They only have a couple throwables to work with here to get through them the entire round. Meanwhile, SunsetRavens, if they lose this round, they aren't going to be very well off. They have kind of put all bets off in this round. If they do lose it, they might nickel and dime their way to a loss.
I mean, Mike there immediately going in for the drone. He's trying to clear out this family room, but he's not finding much. There is Vessel upstairs. Vessel with a Cadilla doesn't manage to get a kill, and we see Tonico using that pixel peek up on the top floor, trying to peek the door. Doesn't get anyone.
We do have Mami Llama also sitting in bedroom just in case they do go for a B push as Tonico takes out Vessel through the wall. Hex already down a player. Flow is stuck by this wall breach as it's about to open. Will he push out? Looks to push out here. Gets taken out by a double push by Tonico and Adam. Suddenly a 3v5 here for HexEU. It's going to be a rough play here, but I think they can get it off. A smoke to block off sight lines. Mami Llama is the only one who could see if they try to enter. Does get flashed out. Tonico looking to enter in. Will see the trips. Actually, only sees one of the trips. Baits out the other one. X has no utility to block off this plant, so the plant's going to go down whether they want it to or not. And now they're on a 45-second time limit as they get flashed again. Mami Llama stuck behind the bathtub here. Circle stuck inside the shower. Oh, what do you do here if you're Hex?
There's not much you can do. Llama does make his way up, takes out one. Now, these 4 people situated like a firing squad, waiting to take them out. One goes down, Circle. But Circle doesn't manage to take it. and we see there a win coming out for SunsetRavens.
Congratulations to SunsetRavens there. I think they played that really well. You know, starting out on defense, they had a fantastic offensive half.
The offensive half there coming through. It's wonderful to see them playing so well, and they came back really hard after that, winning them 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, no, I think congratulations to them. 7-3 here for the first map of a game. You know, maybe they came in cold. We'll see if HexEU can get it back. I'm excited to see what the second map is going to be. I still don't know bans, but, you know, I think we'll figure it out soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see it in a couple minutes, but meanwhile, we are going to head to ads real quick to have a short break. We'll see you on the other side.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Arena.
HexEU and SunsetRavens here for another EU matchup. You know, we just got off a very exciting first map on Hideout, and now heading into what I thought was going to be banned by these teams, but I guess we are not going to see that. You know, if I remember correctly, Jonesy, HexEU had a great map of Factory on one of their last matches.
Yeah, I mean, we can pull it straight up in front of us. Let's hit that matchup button. You can see 8 rounds. They played 8, and they won.
So they only lost a single round. I mean, this is... I feel like it was a bold move not to ban this, but maybe they didn't have any bans regardless. I didn't really see any bans, and I think SunsetRavens here is set up pretty well. HexEU's back is against the wall. If they don't win this, then they just lose the match entirely. They don't even get to do a third.
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't want that. They want to play the third. The more rounds they get, the better. SunsetRavens are gonna try and shut them down, though. Honico, like I said, shutting down Arthur there, the bot. Sadly, one member of Hex disconnecting.
Yeah, and we do have Desander on a great, actually, nearly pixel peek here. On the back hallway, does get dropped in on, has no ammo here. Somehow survives the encounter, but does get taken out by YellowMac on the back window. Mike D10 is going to get flanked as well. Does get taken out by YellowMac. Suddenly, 3v3, Adam pushing back, gets taken out by YellowMac as well. YellowMac only getting shot once. 2v2 here, basically even health, actually. Completely even health. Both of these players at 34 because of the Spectrals. We'll see if they go for a plant here. Circle going to blow that cubby wall. They don't have EMP. Tonico is not watching it. Tiny Boy is watching B. I feel like I would rotate to the other player here rather than getting split up. You don't really want to get picked off one at a time if you can help it.
Here he comes now, coming through connector circle, going for some sprays. Tonico is trying to watch that EMP though. Tonico doesn't know that it's down in the corner. They could just watch it, but YellowMac is slowly coming through that cubby, and Circle is spotted.
Yeah, if YellowMac climbs up on that bench, I think Tiny Boy will hear him climb. It looks like they go for a very early incendiary. I feel like I wouldn't go for that just yet because it only lasts 10 seconds and you haven't even heard them start the plant. You know, a bit of a waste of throwable utility, especially on pistol round. Now, They have to deny the plant with their weapons rather than with utility, which really sucks. Tiny Boy's about to see 2 of these players rotating in, Circle and YellowMac, doing a great double stack here, but Tiny Boy actually rotates back in. Now, HexEU has full control of the B point. Tiny Boy rotating back through, none the wiser, needs to get his gun up here. He does manage to place base back, but now both Tiny Boy and Tonic are low.
One goes down.
Tonico takes down YellowMac, Circle takes down Tiny Boy. Now it's just in a clutch from Circle.
A clutch indeed. 33 HP. Tonico was on 34 at the start of that encounter, and it comes down to the wire.
Completely down to the wire. I think SunsetRavens, they're using their utility just a little bit too early. Really, hurts them in this. I think they could have kept that incendiary until they heard the plant go down. And sticking together a little bit more would have helped a lot as well. They both came from opposite connectors, which unfortunately meant they had to go one at a time. And again, looking at the utility here from SunsetRavens, not too much to go off of. They don't have a ton of money to buy anything.
Money being extremely important. I'll drop that scoreboard down so you can see the current values, and it's kind of rough now for the side of SunsetRavens. Last time we saw them winning round after round after round, and now look at it.
HexEU getting that really important pistol round, but as I said, I believe in last night's cast, this round, the second round, is just as important as pistol round to me, because this is where either you even up the economy or the team who won pistol round really starts running away with it. Because once you get a win on this one, you can start affording rifles across the board. Typically, you can get a lot more utility. Meanwhile, the team who loses again already bought SMGs to try to get it back, and so they're going to be even more down in the dumps. As YellowMac takes out Tonico here on the stairs, only a Cyclone for them. There is a roamer on Mike D10 who barely does get taken out there by a Jadao, but he does have a stim, so he's not going to be too bad off here. SunsetRavens already at a 3v5.
Yeah, I mean, we see that factory advantage here coming through. Jado trying to get the flankers. Grenade going down to the stairs there on orange, and it doesn't take anyone. They know they're all on site. Vessel with the roam through war room here. He's slowly crouching. Gotta check the bathroom in case someone's looking at that toilet paper.
And Vessel here about to take out Desander because they're not watching the flank, but Desander gets the kill, getting taken out by Mommy Llama. Tiny Boy now back in war room. Meanwhile, actually both these players now in war room trying to push through. There is an incendiary down. Mommy Llama does get the plant off.
Oh!
And Circle gets the double headshot.
What a double kill right there. I mean, Circle gets the spray, takes them both out, and we see another round going to Hex. I think we might see what we saw last time, and Hex might try and go for maybe a 7-0 this time.
They might try to run away with it here, but we'll see. I think SunsetRavens has got some work ahead of them if they want to get this off. Hex has had a great record on Factory so far, and they're looking to continue it, especially with 5 Vezins immediately from Hex trying to really secure this. If they can get this round off, they'll set themselves up really well. If they lose it, they're going to be down in the dumps when it comes to economy because they're not going to have much of anything.
I mean, it's kind of risky for now, Hex going for that full buy. We have Mike once again with the sniper. If he gets a kill and manages to pick up a Vezin, it might be over as just one tile drops. It's like dominoes. If one drops, they could all drop.
Exactly. And Adam does have the hero buy there for his team, holding a Vezin down if he can get the crossplay off here. We do have 4 players in storage right now, trying to get any kills off they can. Vessel here and Jadao. I feel like if I'm Vessel, I'm not crouch walking up to this door. You're just going to get pushed out by a Kanut or anything like that. 2 players still in storage, almost 3 now. Mike standing directly up on the door.
Grenade!
Adam nearly getting taken out. Tonico gets taken out. Sorry, Tonico takes out Jadao with a great grenade. Tonico takes out Mommy Llama as well, and now claiming a Vezin. Like you said, these dominoes are falling. SunsetRavens now at a 5v3. YellowMac takes out Desander on a cheeky top window play there that doesn't work out. Mike here still waiting with the Kanut, just waiting for someone to push in, and Vessel is pushing in here. Will Mike peek him?
No!
He doesn't peek him in time.
Yeah, I mean, it is a 3 versus 3. The wallbangs coming through, but they are now in storage. It's going to be risky now as the health is in the advantage of Hex here. Trying to hit the Incend, not the Incend, the static, but he gets hit from Tiny in storage. What a pixel peak!
I say really importantly here, it is now 3 Vezins versus 2 Vezins because Adam and Toniko managed to pick them up. You know, it's going to be a lot more even here, especially since Tiny Boy has a great peek on that storage. He can decide when he wants to peek out. Adam and Toniko here watching the wall breach. There's not much that HexEU can do to get in here uncontested. They're going to have to put some great work in. They don't have any throwable utility, so it's going to be all gunplay here. As Circle takes out 2 players, Toniko and Adam. Now it's just Tiny Boy in the connector with an Omen.
That Omen is going to be painful. Circle is crouching round to A. They know he's in connector, though. And Circle with a triple to end off the round. I mean, I think this round Circle is going to be our top frag.
Yeah, no, and I think SunsetRavens there just unfortunately couldn't hold down the wall breach. I'm not quite sure what they could have done differently there. I think maybe having a little more utility would have helped, but that's been a pretty constant theme throughout, is that, the team on defense needs to get more throwables. I think some teams are focusing a little bit on defensive util rather than offensive sometimes. You are on defense, but at the same time, you need to be able to defend the plant. And if you don't have any grenades, or if you have barely any, then you just don't really have a chance to stop it before it even happens.
Yeah, I mean, Hexia, they have 5 rifles again. SunsetRavens do have a few more. We once again have Mike with that Canuck, but we have Toniko with the SMG there. If we pull up the game scoreboard, we can see Descender this game only with 1 kill. Instead, it's Toniko with that high amount of kills.
Yeah, and we're getting into it here. HexEU up 3, going for rifles again. Jidao and Mami Llama both only in the hundreds, but Circle, Vessel, and Yellowmac very comfortably able to full buy here as much as they want. We do have a roamer here from SunsetRavens on Mike D10 in the back room here, along with, I think, someone on the stairs. No, stairs is clear. Toniko waiting just beside. We'll see if Mike does get picked out here. Vessel pushing down the stairs. Toniko is waiting. Hopefully he watches the right direction. He does have an Omen. Vessel does not check his corner here. Toniko is able to claim a kill immediately. We'll see if Circle tries to push down and get the refrag. And he does get the refrag there.
Circle being hit there for 34. That's only a couple of bullets, and he did almost get dropped. I think that height advantage really did help, and he is coming down to spray the foam. We see Mike with his sniper get a kill, but he gets refragged there by Jetta.
If I'm Hex here, I think I'm going to be starting to try to blow the wall pretty quickly here and get the plant down. Circle is just outside the point, and he needs to try to get that plant off as quick as he can. Minute 30 here, and right now Tiny Boy is stuck in the connector. Adam and Descender are both stuck back in the back of the point here. They can't do much. Tiny Boy takes out Mami Llama with a great Vezin shot from the connector. I think he pushed forward just a little bit too much. Now EMP is stuck in the middle of the point.
Yeah, we do see there. Descender does go down from Circle. Adam stuck in the corner. Tiny Boy in connector. They know he's in there, though. He is stood on the box. They have to watch for Adam. That is the big thing. That EMP, if it gets picked up, it's going to be wonderful. But it is a risk fest here for Hex. And 1 goes down.
Circle got a great kill on Tiny Boy there on the Pixel Peak, and Hex claims their 4th round in a row. You might be right here. I think they're going for that 7-0 just to, just cement their reputation on Factory here.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what is going to come after this. Anything could really appear, but so far, I mean, HexEU showing, don't mess with me, we'll pull out Factory, and we're seeing it once again, 4-0. It is amazing to see this early. Circle, 11 kills.
And just look at the economy over on SunsetRavens. It hurts to watch. They're going for a full buy every time and getting beaten down, going for a full buy, beaten down. I feel like because you're down 4 at this point, to get at least 1 round, I feel like I might call a soft save here, maybe just all SMGs, in order to maybe get a couple Vezins, but then also be able to all buy rifles for the next round. I feel like maybe that's just me talking with my strategy, but I just think getting one good round in is better than trying to, work on a round halfway and then losing it every time.
Yeah, I mean, if they go for a save, it's not the final round. They could go for this round save and then buy next. It would work out a little bit better. Having that more util, more weapons, it's just every little thing counts. And at Insend, they're blocking off as Jado takes up one upstairs. Jado free to roam now with no opposing roamers as he gets that storage hatch.
And that's a really important pickup for for Hex here, as they are allowed to just hold down this A hatch uncontested, and storage as well if they really want to. Storage hatch is open. They could go to A hatch. Mike D10 is rotating out here, trying to watch the window, but right now, SunsetRavens at a disadvantage already. Mommy Llama barely doesn't get taken out there by Mike and gets the kill off. This is looking worse and worse by the minute. Dysander here, trying to watch the hatch along with Tiny Boy. They did have an incendiary at the bottom of it. Vessel takes out Tiny Boy from outside the point there. Great peek. Dysander takes out Jedow, but then gets taken out by Circle. Mommy Llama, Yellow Mac, Vessel, and Circle all on the point here. Adam having to 1v4, and Hex gets it off. Running away with it here, Jonesy.
I mean, yeah, they are literally running away. 5-0. I thought Adam maybe would have picked up another. Having that extra kill really would have been good for the eco side. I think I had the cams up that entire round. I apologize.
It happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us.
It was a really quick round.
And now, because of that buy from SunsetRavens, they can only get 3 rifles on this last round. Meanwhile, HexEU has so much money. They could buy anything they want and more. They could buy the enemy team the rest of their rifles if they wanted to.
I mean, that would be courteous, really. If they bought the enemy team rifles, I would laugh, but it would maybe work out.
I would laugh, but also I would be so disrespected.
It's like, right? We know we're gonna win.
Charity
rifles.
Work. Yeah, charity work.
I mean, Vessel with a Marui. That's the first one of this map.
Yeah, and I think it's a great one for this floor. He is one-handing it, I think, which is odd, but we'll see how it works out. Looks like HexEU is going to be going for the drop hatch here onto lockers. They're going to have 3 players contesting it. With a Taurus from Mike?
Mike is
Interesting pick.
We don't comment. Mike will go crazy if he wants, and maybe he's going to finally go crazy.
We'll see. Yellow Mac looking to push in here on hatch. Dysander trying to get the denial off. If he can get a kill, it'll work out very well, but if he gets taken down, that'll be rough. That'll be in a real down.
Hold.
Oh, a great grenade! Nearly takes out Mike, forces him to push back. Jedow takes out Adam, but I believe someone took out Circle. Dysander takes out Mommy Llama with some trips. EMP is down.
Yeah, Mike could now rush out and try and pick that up, but Jedow is now watching it. Mike with a Taurus. Yellow Mac watching the angle, and Mike manages to take him out. Oh, no!
What a shot!
No, Vessel's behind him. Last one alive. 1 versus 4. It is Vessel. Vessel takes out 1, but Dysander on the flank. We see a comeback and a 5-1.
I think Mike is inarguably our clutch on that round. I know it didn't show clutch, but he got, I believe, a 3K there with a Taurus.
I mean, it's insane. The power of the Taurus. There's an entire Taurus Bible out there. It's showing that it is insane.
Well, that was fantastic from Mike, and I doubted him. I have to say, I doubted him with that Taurus pick against rifles, but he made it work, and he made it work very well. Now, SunsetRavens may be trying to get this 5-1 curse going here. If they can claim back some rounds, they need 4 in a row to tie up with HexEU, but importantly, HexEU still needs 2 rounds to win, not just 1. So SunsetRavens has some room to breathe.
Yeah, SunsetRavens have that 4 rounds. Them 4 rounds are amazing right now, but they only need 2, and then we see another 8-round victory.
As to say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the person to beat this time is not Dysander. It's actually Circle, 12.0 KD on round 7.
12? You sure?
12.
You sure? Is he
12 to 12-1-2 on Circle.
That's 6. Oh, no, yeah. Wait, what?
12-1-2. That's 12.0.
I think that's the highest KD I've seen in a while.
I say Circle here, speaking of which, is on the back of the point with the Spectral. The time to do it here is, to get the comeback here for SunsetRavens, it is on offense. We saw them, get offense work out in spades, getting it done really well. Mike here on the stairs. SunsetRavens may be a little unsure where they want to push in. Vessel is on the flank, but doesn't get any hits off.
Oh.
And Vessel takes down Adam with a great peek. Does get flashed out. Looks like he's getting triple pushed. But I think he did his job there, taking out one of these players and getting some good damage down.
Oh, Llama does get seen there by Tiny. Grenade getting chucked around. It doesn't manage to get up the stairs. Mike there is going to work his way down. He does have that EMP. They have to watch the flank. Tonico hops in the window and Shadow gets him from behind. Now a 4 versus 3.
What positioning there from Jetto? I'm not sure how he knew to be standing there. I looked and he was standing directly in front of that window just waiting.
He was looking up the stairs and he hopped in the window and wasn't looking in the right way. I mean, check your corners.
Yellow Mac takes out Desander here as Desander takes out Mommy Llama. Tiny Boy very low on health along with Mike. Yellow Mac gets the final 2 picks here. Hex-EU now 6-1. It was looking good for SunsetRavens there, but they just barely couldn't get it off. And actually, Hex drops a player.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, like you said,
both
Circle.
teams drop a player.
Oh, we lost Mike and Jado. I mean, that does hurt, but we may see them hop back in. This could be the final round. Jado is back. We are just waiting on Mike. 40 seconds till we could see what is the final round of the second casted EU game.
I will say, if Hex wins this, we're going to get to a third map, which is pretty exciting, honestly. It'd be nice to see a third map here from these two teams. They seem to be, relatively evenly matched on their maps. Hex-EU definitely has a dominant hold on Factory here. They've, an iron grip on SunsetRavens here, barely letting up a round, seeing if they can get a repeat of last time. But they are down a player, which could be the turning point here for SunsetRavens. As Bot Simona, actually 2 players. Hex-EU now down 2 players.
Yeah, that does hurt. We may actually see something come out now from SunsetRavens. They have a 5, and the opposing team now only having 4 with that 1 bot. But that 1 bot's going to sit on site, so we may be fine for a while. Adam, with the push, doesn't take out Llama.
One of the players from Hex-EU does come back. I think they're on set. Vessel takes out Desander on a great window peek there. Now, one of the players coming back on Hex-EU, they're only missing 1 more. Vessel checking upstairs is probably going to have an interaction here with Tonico.
No!
He has his gun down, and Tonico takes him out. I think Vessel there had his gun down, which was his downfall. Now a 3v4 here.
That gun being down is deadly. It's that COD timing that everyone talks about. You must have your gun up, otherwise as soon as you pull it down, there'll be someone there. Mummy Llama, just around this corner, that flash going out, doesn't get anyone. Takes down 1, doesn't manage to take down the second. It's now a 2 versus 3. We could see something come back here for SunsetRavens.
Jetto is back now. All of the Hex-EU players are back in the game, luckily. We do have a 2v3. Tiny Boy is up on the bench, but importantly, all of the Hex-EU players are full health here. 300 health versus only 90 over on SunsetRavens. It's a rough position to be in here. Nearly 1 shot on both of them if they, get a rifle up. Tiny Boy does have that foamed up for the wall. Tonico maybe looking to push in on Circle, but Circle is play spacing here, getting some info peeks off to make sure he can figure out if someone's pushing. Circle swings wide and takes out Tonico. Now it's just Tiny Boy holding the EMP. Circle gets a little ambitious with that peek.
Jano does not look happy through the wall. We see his outline and a bit of a shrug. Tiny Boy takes down the wall, rushes on, and Jano takes him through, and we see a third map come through after all.
Well done here from Hex-EU, getting it back. A repeat of last time. 8 rounds played, 7-1. I feel like it's maybe a bit of a pattern for Hex.
Is this written in the script? I didn't have a look.
I say I didn't get a copy of the script for this one, so we'll see.
I mean, we'll find out in the third map if they're going to come back. We are going to have a short break. Huge well done to their circle, almost having a 13 OKD.
And then dropping.
Yeah. We'll see you after the break.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point.
Well, and we are back. I mean, we've just seen the map locked in. The first EU casted mall.
It's going to be exciting here, and we did just get off a really exciting factory here from Hex. You know, a dominant 7-1 after a 7-3 from SunsetRavens. You know, we thought they were going to run away with it, but then Hex just absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah, I mean, a steamroll coming through, and I'm a bit rusty on my mall knowledge, so we may see some crazy stuff come through. I don't know. I mean, everyone's back. Do we wanna place a little bet?
I don't know, man. I think I haven't seen these two teams play, but I know SunsetRavens NA has put some good practice in on Mall, so just overall with the gameplay last time, I think my bets might be on Hex EU.
I'm gonna put my bets down on SunsetRavens, and we are gonna hop in a moment. The first casted EU mall.
Very exciting here. You know, we had the first casted NA mall last week, and now we have, you know, on Tuesday of this week, now the first casted EU mall. I'm curious if we're gonna have an Oceania mall, but you know, now SunsetRavens.
You know, it would be. Oh,
SunsetRavens.
We have a drop.
Oh,
2, 1 from
that's
each team.
really. Oh no. At least it's 1 from each team. Oh no, are they doing a server change? 3 drops from Hex EU. Now everyone's dropping. What?
You think the server change come through? I've not had.
That would be a little
messages.
late to call a server change, would it not?
I would say so.
I would keep an eye on your DMs here to see if maybe they message you, but this is rough. Looks like we do have players coming back in.
And Llama's still here. Maybe they just want to reset. You know,
did the servers?
Reconnect.
Did the EU servers go down?
No, Adam was still here.
Yeah, it's just everyone like disconnected. What happened?
I mean, we are going to carry on the bot straight in there. Tonico does take down Vessel, protecting Robin. Grenade comes through and takes out Tonico here.
They're coming back in. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but we'll continue as is. Looks like we do have Desander and Tiny Boy back in now on a 2v4, but really a 2v2.5 maybe, right, with the 2 bots. We'll see if they come back in time. That's really rough for SunsetRavens. You know, with everyone gone, Hex EU on defense, their bots have a lot more self-preservation than the offense bots, so they stay in the points a lot more.
Yeah, there
So it's gonna be
goes
rough.
another there goes Adam as well. It's just Tiny
Bot
Boy
Michael
on
here.
the side of SunsetRavens.
What is happening?
I've not had a single DM.
Maybe they were just restarting their headsets or something, but this is just rough. Tiny Boy here waiting.
Takes out one. Takes out two.
Takes out two.
Ooh, it is one player and one bot left.
I'm glad the Hex players remembered to not do bot takeover there. Because that would be tempting. Looks like we do have Tiny Boy here getting the EMP down on a 1v1 here. Hideout nearly getting taken down. Nicholas is going to get taken down by that incendiary, luckily. Now, I believe it's going to be about 30 seconds left on the EMP here. Tiny Boy is free to just watch it. I think I would back up a little bit more into this hallway. Hideout has to, defuse here with his back turned to you.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a DM saying it was going to be a rehost, but you can't rehost once a map started. It's that round started.
Maybe, oh!
That's not what we expected to see either. Tiny Boy comes back.
Yeah, all of Hex is gone except for Hideout. I think, maybe it was meant to be a rehost, but I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think there's going to be a ticket made.
It's against, I mean, I'm not going to go into it. If it gets a ticket made, it gets a ticket made. If I see everyone leave, I see everyone leave.
What I'm assuming happened was
they said the servers were unplayable.
Didn't agree to start. I'm guessing the teams didn't agree to start, and one of them just hit the button regardless. But we don't have to get into it. We're already in. They can't stop now unless they want to forfeit.
Yeah, I mean, the round did stop. The button was pressed, and it just kind of has to go. There is 3 people, 2 people on the side of Hex here.
Yeah, 2 people on the side of Hex, and it's also been a constantly rotating 2 people. Same with SunsetRavens. I think the only person who stayed steady is Tiny Boy over on SunsetRavens, but it looks like Tiny Boy and Adam are probably talking with their teammates here. They're not even looking at entering the building. We might just see a battle of the bots here.
I don't know. 2 versus 2 pretty much there.
And there goes Adam.
And there goes another.
Oh, and all of the SunsetRavens players are gone, and all of the only Circle's left on Hex.
I mean,
looks like Circle's taking.
Would that count?
Circle gets taken down by Bot Robin.
That would count as a forfeit, wouldn't it?
That unless they come back in, I think that would count as a forfeit. But you're the league mod here. It looks like everyone's gone.
Yeah, everyone left. I mean,
that's your jurisdiction. I'm just a caster. I can't decide anything.
I mean, the rehost should be done in the lobby.
Yeah, looks like Mike did make another server.
Yeah.
Are we joining that, or are we just calling it?
I mean, it can go down to a ticket afterwards. Let's join this and treat that as our 3rd map.
Okay. Looks like you may need.
It's the same
you're
one.
Gonna have to. Yeah.
I can clear them.
Yeah,
I should be able to just. I should be able to overwrite map 3.
Yeah, you should just be able to override map 3. Well, after that upset, we'll I'm not gonna worry about the rules behind that. Regardless, it looks like we're gonna be rehosting onto map 3 here for Maul. Still gonna be Maul. Still gonna be these 2 teams against each other, and hopefully one of as many players dropping.
Yeah, I mean, we are just gonna wait to see what happens. It said VC broke, and they are immediately pressing the button. So let's hit start on map number 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube chat here, and it looks like they have no comms at all.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But still, that should be conveyed earlier. I mean, we went for a whole round before we were told.
Yep. Regardless, we're here now. Clean slate. 0-0 on Maul. Hex is starting on defense. SunsetRavens on offense. Now we have everyone here. We're not going to have any bots here. Looks like we don't really have any disconnects either. Looks like we do have a drone here from Mike D10. We're going to start on top floor for Maul. It's going to be an interesting one to defend here. Now, I've heard from a few members of the community that actually Maul is offense-sided, not defense-sided. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen much more plays. I barely know the map. But off of just the way the bots were playing, I think it is a little bit more offense-sided.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what plays are going to come out here from SunsetRavens on Mall. I know a few of the plays that are going to come out from a few of the teams just from watching them in scrims, but I don't know what the EU teams are going to have here. I'm curious to see if maybe, you know, we're going to have some cross-region play here, maybe, where some teams do the same type of plays. Mike is going to be droning in on the back of Grocery here for A, with Circle looking to deny information already. He does hear the drone go off, trying to take out the drone immediately. Dysander and Tonico both back here shooting out the vent. Mommy Llama takes out Tiny Boy immediately with the MP down.
Yeah, Adam gets the refrag though. Dysander does pick up Circle as well. Jado is at the back of this corridor, but Adam's just going to head back down towards the stairs. He's going to try and watch it and make sure if he doesn't get flanked with EMP.
Looks like we do actually now have a 3v4 here for Hex EU. You know, going back to our bets here, Dysander's actually here in Pharmacy, but back to our bets here, I'm not quite sure who's going to win, but I did have my bet on, I believe, Hex. So we'll see how it goes. Starting on defense is not too bad. Adam is looking to push up. I believe he went around from the other side of the building here to head in the back of A. Yellow Mac is here to meet him. I'm surprised to see no walls being blown here by SunsetRavens. They have a foam. They could blow a wall if they really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, anything could go down. It looks like Dysander may hop over here. They are debating it. All three of them there in that corner, and the wall goes down over by Mike.
And it looks like SunsetRavens is trying to spread these players out. Dysander takes out Vessel while he was heading through Pharmacy. It looks like Mike is going to be wrapping around towards B. Suddenly, SunsetRavens has full B control, throwing out an incendiary here that doesn't go off, unfortunately, as it rolls down the ramp. It'll go off eventually, I think. Maybe just a delayed... No, it's just not going to go off. It's primed, but it won't go off.
That is unfortunate. Jado there does get tagged by Tonico. It is now that 2v4, and they are both trapped at the top of these stairs.
Yep, Jedao and Yellow Mac here. Oh, but Yellow Mac does take out Dysander. Jedao gets the refrag for Yellow Mac there. And a great grenade from Adam. Gonna finish out the round there.
What a grenade there, landing right at his feet. I mean, Jado's been blown up a few times today. I don't think he likes it anymore.
I mean, who would, right? Looks like we do have bottom floor here for SunsetRavens. XEU is going to have to defend this. I'm guessing we're going to see a records push here from SunsetRavens. But we'll see. You know, I do see that outside window being played quite a bit. On to B. I'm curious what the defense is going to look like from HexEU. These points are very big here on Dam. So probably going to see a good bit of defensive utility just blocking off. Proximity sensors are especially useful on this map because you can't be everywhere at once. You can't even have all of your teammates everywhere at once. They're going to be able to sneak in somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they got to be careful. I don't know the map well. I don't know many of the pushes, many of the names. But so far, it's seeming like you can attack so many angles the exact same way.
100%. You know, there's a lot of angles that you can attack, but on Dam, I think a lot of teams need to get used to the fact that on Dam, you really want to play a Marui rather than a Vezant. There are so many long angles, so many long hallways that you really want to have good damage fall off rather than, you know, it's just a really short angle you can play. SMGs are useful, but really Marui is the name of the game here. Yellow Mac does get droned out, I believe, here. Jedao is on the other side of the door from Tonico. We'll see if Tonico chooses to push in and go in on him here. SunsetRavens playing this relatively quickly, actually, already in the building. Vessel takes out Tiny Boy from the top of the stairs here. A great angle to pick. Dysander tries to get it down.
I mean, this is risky now. Vessel does have that angle. You can barely see him from the bottom of the stairs. What a pixel. The phone was tossed over before, and Adam is going to start doing it. Circle, getting the ping off that they're coming in through the wall.
I don't see Yellow Mac here, but he's tucked really tight in this corner here, so he could let SunsetRavens run right by him if he really wants to.
Check your corners.
Oh, no. Circle gets a 2K there. Yellow Mac tries to claim it as well, but he has only a Bald Jesper. Vessel and Mami Llama with Spectrals here against Dysander with a Vezin. Like shooting fish in a barrel here. Dysander takes out Yellow Mac. Mami Llama and Vessel here need to push together. They can't separate themselves here. Dysander takes out Vessel. They need to push together. They separated themselves out.
There it is. It is very risky at this current point. Very risky. Llama does obviously only have that Spectral. Dysander does have a Vezin, and he's going to try and maybe go for a little bit of a rotate over to A here. He doesn't know where Llama is.
Dysander has a stim as well. Also, I believe you have the cams up. Dysander has a stim as well here, so he's going to be able to, you know, block this off. He is going to be able to get back to full health as long as it recharges in time. Mami Llama is coming through with the Spectral. He has a good amount of time, but he needs to push relatively quickly to be able to get the pick off here. Dysander does not check connector. And, so close from Mami Llama there. It's got to be heartbreaking for HexEU.
Dysander, what a comeback. He played so well. He managed to come back from, what, a 1v3?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think is really important with the hero buys. That's how you want to play a hero buy. You know, he had a pistol, didn't he?
I think he picked it up off a body.
That's what I'm saying, sorry, is like, I guess not a hero buy, but a pickup, right? Where you get the Vezin and you utilize it to its fullest potential. You know the other team doesn't have a lot to use. You know the other team doesn't have any, you know, maybe they have an SMG. So playing aggressive and splitting them up is really the way to go. And that's what you saw. SunsetRavens, you know, splitting up HexEU. HexEU had 3 players. They could have triple pushed or at least double pushed with those 2 Spectrals, but instead they picked opposite angles and it just did not work out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think again we're seeing Dysander come back, and he's going to be the guy who goes for those kills this time, and he's going to get them round. He's already at a 6 KD, and it's only going into round 3.
And now SunsetRavens is up to, you know, the important pistol round and, you know, second round after that. Very important, both picked up. Now they have a full buy going. HexEU nearly at a full buy. They are soft buying just because of the amount of economy they have, but it's going to be rough for, you know, HexEU to pick up a round here, especially with SunsetRavens spreading out a little bit here. They are checking each other's cross angles. Mike here droning in for Tiny Boy, but maybe Mami Llama might pick up a pick here on the stairs. If Tiny Boy isn't careful, looks like he might get droned out here. He does get droned out.
I don't think he got pinged.
Actually, not yet.
You don't know.
Looks like they don't know he's there. What a misplay here, I think, from SunsetRavens. They didn't check deep enough with that drone. Tiny Boy is heading in none the wiser, but it looks like Mami Llama is not actually pushing back to the stairs too soon, so he isn't going to see the entrance. We do have SunsetRavens pushing in on Bookstore here, heading towards B. Second drone coming out. We have Circle and Yellow Hat both inside the point. No defensive utility up, no door blocker, no trips, no procs. Mami Llama takes out Mike. EMP dropped, and importantly, a Vezin player down.
I mean, Tiny Boy does now know there's one upstairs. He has to be careful. Tonico throwing that grenade into sight, and Yellow Mike just playing safe from it. But that smoke comes through, and the Incend tags him.
Mami Llama gets the kill off, claims a Vezin, as well as EMP. Tonico is pushing back, trying to claim it. Mami Llama can just watch the EMP here if he really wants to. Tonico being very careful about this.
Whoa.
Does take down Mami Llama. A great peek there from him, but now only a 2v4. A great flank there, I have to say, from Mami Llama. And now SunsetRaven has to pick up the pieces of their broken offense here.
Yeah, I mean, Tonico here does have to be careful. He might want to go for the round push. Obviously, they don't want to lose a round. They are currently 2 up, but it looks like now they could be going for a little bit of a save.
Yeah, personally, for me, I would go for a save, maybe trying to pick up 1 kill. I would maybe try to pick up 1 here, but yeah, I would just pick up 1 and then go. I'd get out of there at that point.
1 versus 2.
You only have so much time, but it looks like he's going for the plant. He's going to get pushed by Circle. He does take down Circle.
No!
He does not have the time for the plant, though.
He got the kill, though. 1v1.
really importantly there, he picked up the kills, which denied Hex having Vezins next round other than Yellow Mac. That is
Yeah.
really, really important for SunsetRavens. They lost the round, but they made it so that they can deny income for Hex EU, which is so important at this point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we are really seeing Malt come through. It is obviously new map this season. It's going to be hard to play, but we're seeing teams here have strategies on how to push, and we're seeing teams come together. Nearly a clutch there coming through from Tonica.
Yeah, we were really close on that. Mike actually going for a Taurus again on SunsetRavens, trying to go back to old reliable, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to follow it hard, doesn't he? It helped once, it might help again.
It looks like we do have Vessel with the Knut, the sniper, as well as Jadao, trying to hold down these points. You know, bottom floor, not too bad with a Knut. I just think it'll be an interesting play here to try to hold it down. They do have a door blocker here outside the point, which will let them push in and out of it as long as they don't get naded out. I want to talk about the extremely spread out defense here from Hex EU. We have Jadao outside. We have Mami Llama also outside the point. We have Vessel upstairs. You know, there's no one really together. Playing the buddy system here is going to be super important because you do have SunsetRavens pushing in together. You really need to have people playing together to get refrags here, especially with the weapon offset.
Yeah, I mean, here we are. They are pushing straight in. They have this whole corridor to themselves. Gods. Vessel here, playing upstairs. He does have the stairs again. We saw him last time. He managed to pop off. Mike is going to be watching it this time, though.
He just barely doesn't watch it long enough. Vessel is now set up on the peak, but Mike is thinking he might be up there.
Oh.
And Mike, it's a great pick off there on Vessel, especially with an Omen. With how fast he killed him, I thought he had a Vezin there.
I mean, we see it. The Omen, amazing recently. Obviously, back in the alpha, it used to shred. It used to be the gun you buy. You didn't buy rifles. You bought an Omen. Obviously, it got nerfed heavy. It got buffed again recently, though, and they are trying to now push onto site. Yellowmac close on the left. They are going to try and get the wall down here. Grenade.
Grenade doesn't take anyone down. Yellowmac trying to take out. He does take out Desander. Does take out Adam. Is taken out by Mike. Mike pushes straight through. Doesn't reload his gun. It gets taken out by a friendly nade. Oh no. Mike tried to shoot Jadao there and he hadn't reloaded. I just heard the click of the empty mag.
Yeah, his life flashed behind his eyes that time. Grenade going off behind him. But it does get refragged by Tonico. Tonico takes down the enemy. Llama. If Tiny Boy was peeking, that Llama would be dead.
He would, and that would be a really rough death there for Hex EU, as that would be down a Vezin. Looks like we do have Tonic here pushing through the connector. Circle really needs to be watching the connector. He needs to watch this off angle for his teammate. If he doesn't, he's going to get snuck up on. I don't know why he's watching this here. Mami Llama is on that vent. He needs to watch the connector. Mami Llama takes out Tiny Boy. Circle tries to flick and take out Tonico, but he just can't. Mami Llama does get sound cued out here. Tonico doesn't have EMP. He has to push and get EMP. Mami Llama is ready for it. What a pre-fire from Tonico!
You can't get the EMP, though, for the money. No! So unfortunate.
Circle there just made a huge misplay by not watching the connector. You know, you already have a teammate watching the wall breach. You don't need to also be watching it. You need to watch his back.
I mean, there we see it come through again. The roughness of not watching your teammates.
It's just so important to be watching these off angles. You know, you can get snuck up on, especially since you don't have any util. If they had defensive util on the other point, they could know, okay, they just shot out a door blocker, they just hit a prox, they just hit a trip, something like that, where they would know, okay, there's someone in the other point, but they had no utility over there. They had no way of knowing if anyone was in the connector. You have to watch that with two players. Use your numbers advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we see it come through. It is rough, but we are going to see SunsetRavens taking it away at the start. One round in the name of Hex.
They do still have a good amount of rifles, but if SunsetRavens doesn't clutch this round up, they're going to be in a bad spot with economy. Looks like they are blowing double hatch here on top floor. We'll see if they try to go straight in. Circle is inside the A point here on Grocery, trying to wallbang it out, knowing there is a drone coming through. Very low floor roam here from Mommy Llama all the way downstairs. He's going to have to do a lot to get back upstairs. He's running all the way around to the stairs. I feel like if I'm Sunset Ravens, he did get droned out. I'm just pushing in, trying to claim a 5v4 numbers advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, 10,000 steps a day. He's really trying to aim for that 10,000 steps.
I was to say, yeah, luckily we have a step counter for VRML, so we'll be able to see how many he has at the end of this. Looks like we do have a grocery push here in the works from Sunset Ravens. Yellow Mac and Circle both on it. Mommy Llama finally rotating upstairs. I'm surprised we don't have wall being blown here from Tiny Boy, but it looks like they're getting ready to do so.
Wallbang almost coming through from Tonico onto Yellow. It literally hit just below his foot.
Say right now, I think Sunset Ravens kind of cautiously thinking about pushing in here. Yellow Max stuck between the two wall breaches, does get taken out. Circle here waiting very patiently with that Spectral for a push in. Mike takes out Jadao on the other point. Tiny Boy takes out Circle upstairs. Now full A control belongs to Sunset Ravens as they head to plant. Tiny Boy struggling to find a plant spot, but finally finds it. Now a 2v4 here for HexEU. They need to get in. They need to find some picks here. They don't have the weaponry to do it, though.
Tonico is watching above. Llama is there. They just don't see each other. Oh, that is the beauty of VR. He's tucking into that corner. He isn't seen. He goes for the push. He gets dropped by 2. It's now a 1 versus 4, and he comes out. Tonico winning, getting that kill on Vessel, 4-1.
No, it's gotta be heartbreaking here. Now, down 3 rounds here, HexEU needs to get a round up so they can get the 2-4. If they don't, it's going to be a rough offensive half for them. But I think they can get it off as long as they just get some good picks off. I think their downfall here so far has just been being spread out. They're getting picked off one at a time. You know, both teams have really been spread out, but we have seen Sunset Ravens sticking together as a group a little bit more, which has been working out for them. Now a full buy on both sides. However, importantly, only 2 incendiaries and a grenade over on Hex. No other utility.
I mean, having no util is never good, and especially in a sort of final round like this. Looking at the kills here, Tonico in the lead, not Descender.
Say, you know, we've been seeing them trading it back and forth. Circle had it last time. Looks like we do actually have a bot on HexEU. They drop in such an important round. That has got to suck.
It is unfortunate, but they do have Wesley, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Wesley from Triangle Factory, you know, he'll get it down. Looks like we do have Mommy Llama on back arcade here. Jadao trying to support Vessel on a very ambitious roam upstairs. I feel like maybe it'll work out, but not many players hit the hatch here, I would say. Mommy Llama is still on back arcade, trying to peek out, gets taken out by a 3-player peek from Adam, Tiny, and I believe Desander. Looks like we do have Mike droning in for his team. I believe probably an A push here is going to be called by Sunset Ravens. Looks like we do have that player still not back on Hex, but luckily the bot is on the other point, so he seems to be pretty safe until that player from Hex does come back. Wall is being foamed here. Desander does get hit a little bit. They're going for the push here.
Oh man, close in that corner. He's going to go for a peek. He gets one and he doesn't manage to get a second. Tiny Boy picking him up. They're now in sight. The incend goes through and there's no way in, but Vessel on the back.
Vessel is going to take out Desander. Tries to take out Tiny Boy, but barely can't get it off. A great blind fire there from Tiny Boy to block him off from entering. Now, Bot Wesley pushing through connector. It's got to be heartbreaking for HexEU that they can't take over the bot, so they just have to watch it die. Sunset Ravens 5-1 here. Oh no.
It's unfortunate. It's
now
very unfortunate.
Sunset Ravens just, you know, really far ahead here. HexEU needs to put in some damn good work here to get this off.
It's 5-1. When we speak about a 5-1 cuss, this is when Hex want it. Obviously, SunsetRavens, map 1, 7-3. XEU, 7-1, map 2. This is the decider. It is a chaos map, really, and no one's really an expert in it.
Importantly, though, HexEU still down a player, which is rough for pistol round because, that bot can't really get anything. It's just a waste of money here, and it's going to make it so that they're going to be 4v5ing here, which is so rough on pistol round, especially when you're down 4 rounds. I mean, what do you do here if you're HexEU? You have to get some clutch kills off.
I mean, you got to really pray here really hard that Wesley will pop off, but he's back. I mean, their teammate is back.
I'm glad he's back, and it looks like, actually, luckily, the bot did get a Cyclone rather than a Bald Jesper, so he won't just be having a Jesper, which is very nice for him. Looks like we do have HexEU pushing in onto onto Grocery, relatively uncontested. Adam and Tiny Boy both in the point. They do hear the hatch blow. Priming an Incendiary. Looks like Hideout is going to be wanting to push in and plant. A great Incendiary there onto the hallway will barely not catch any damage. Tiny Boy getting pushed out here on the back of the point. Hideout going for the plant. Adam checking the wall. Mike takes out Vessel on the back. Hideout pushes out with that Cyclone. Does take one out. Circle tries to push forward. We'll see 2 players here. Takes out one. Mike takes out Hideout in Circle. Now a 2v3. EMP is down on the wall, but not actually planted. Tiny Boy is on the left of the wall breach here. Hopefully these players check their corner. They need to do something before these players can rotate back into point. They need to take him down.
It's very, very risky here. Llama goes in, takes down one. That grenade comes through, does get some tags, and Mike takes down one, and it's 6-1 here for SunsetRavens.
This is just, it's so rough for HexEU. They had such a great factory, 7-1, and then to have this turnaround here, almost getting 7-1 themselves. SunsetRavens has the potential to get this 7-1, 7-3. A great rounds, great few rounds to take out, because that would just mean they're overall up 4 rounds.
Four rounds, man. It's these 5 rounds are going to be big. If Hex managed to win 5 rounds in a row, it's going to be so demoralizing that they probably just win overtime.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine losing 5 rounds in a row when you have advantage? It hurts.
Well, that's what we saw, actually. I don't know if you saw the match, but
I didn't.
SunsetRavens NA versus Rebel. Rebel was up 6-1, and then SunsetRavens NA won, boom, 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, 4 round, and barely didn't clutch their 5th. But you have to imagine the morale over on Rebel, which is dropping further and further.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but it does happen. We see here Llama heading in here next to the ore poster. Huge thanks to Triangle Factory for making this game and any future games they work on.
100% here. Looks like we do have players pushing in here on Library. Mommy Llama gets a very early pickoff here on Mike D10, setting HexEU up very well. Mike didn't even get a shot off there with his Vezin, I believe. Great Incendiary there, going to push Vessel back. HexEU having 3 players here on Library. Sorry, Bookstore. Desander and Adam both trying to hold B down themselves with Tonic up on the hatch. Tiny Boy takes out Hideout, evening up the numbers a little bit here. HexEU, their back is really against the wall here. They're going to have to put in some crazy work to get this off, but Vessel does take down Desander with that RCP, Vezin versus RCP, and he gets that off.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it is the wonders of the game. 3 versus 4. The grenade.
What a nade!
Where did that come from? 2v4.
They sent it over the shelving unit here.
Tiny does only have an Aurel.
Oh no, and Tonico is on the back here down the stairs. Tiny Boy takes out Mommy Llama. Tonico trying to push through, but Vessel takes down Tiny Boy. Now Tonico on a 1v3, only with an Omen. Doesn't have a lot of bullets. Vessel watching it very carefully, pushing around here. Does get taken down by Tonico, but there's not a lot of time here for Tonico to clutch this out. He has to
Even
find
just the
these
kills.
players and take them. Yeah, and the double peek there.
If he would have got the kills, it would have been amazing for him. As then, boom, more eco, even if he doesn't get that defuse off.
I was to say, even if he didn't get that off, they do secure a good amount of money for their team, SunsetRavens. I think, personally, if you're this many rounds up here for SunsetRavens, I would be calling a save round in order to go into the next round with full Vezins.
Yeah.
Because you know Hex is going to be full buying here, so if they have enough for rifle, they're going to be buying a rifle. So if you can get a kill off with an SMG, you can whittle them down a little bit here. You have so many rounds to get this off, you can just kind of get some good picks off, claim some economy, and get that next round with full Vezins, full utility. But it looks like SunsetRavens is going to be going for a soft buy here with mostly SMGs.
Yeah, a soft buy doesn't hurt though. A soft buy can still be good. Obviously, like you said, goes into the next round, and they're at the advantage.
We do have 3 Vezins and a Marui over here from HexEU. They're really trying to push this rifle advantage here, which they do have the potential to do so, especially with these teams so spread out here. Hideout over by Desander actually might get an encounter. Desander is right next to Hideout. If Hideout doesn't peek these stairs out well enough, but this is Hideout's peak, on the stairs, so we'll see if he doesn't get it off. Desander peeks out, takes down Hideout immediately. That's a breaching foam and a flash down from HexEU, but luckily Desander didn't push that. He did have a Vezin that was coming up. Now SunsetRavens has the player advantage. I feel like the play here for HexEU is probably to group up a little bit and try to push maybe onto A.
We don't know what's going to come from their mind, so they could be thinking, do we play it safe now? Do we play it aggressive? SunsetRavens need this round, and then they win. There has to be either all the revolters dying or a plan going successful.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the thing with these rounds, is that right now, HexEU has to make 1 mistake and they lose. SunsetRavens has to make 5.
Yeah.
Adam takes down Circle, tries to take out Yellowmac as well, but he's alone on the point here. Gets taken out by Yellowmac. 3v3 here as Vessel takes out Tiny Boy with that Marui. Suddenly a 2v3 here. If I'm SunsetRavens, I feel like I'm trying to get any pick off I can to deny any economy, but I'm not going for the defuse. Desander takes out Vessel.
Oh.
Yellowmac takes out Desander with the refrag, but Mike takes out Yellowmac. Now it's a 1v1. Doesn't have a lot of health. He's going to have to get the drop on Mami Llama if he wants this.
It's risky. Llama does have that Vezin. It does have that higher TTK. Mike, though, he knows. And Llama gets the headshot, and it is going through to another round. Oh my.
And I think the problem is here for SunsetRavens is they're going to find they're probably not going to have a lot of money for rifles here. They're barely going to be able to get Vezins across the board, but they're not going to be able to get really any utility, which I think, for me, in this case, utility is king when you're on defense on Mall.
Any map defense utility is good. Any map offensive utility is good. That utility just adds up, but we do see 4 Vezin buys. And a Taurus for the side of Hex.
I mean,
it works.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. It works. We'll see. It's not in Mike's hands, so we don't know how well it's going to work,
Yeah, we never know. But, I mean, we can see what comes through now. Hopefully, SunsetRavens want the win. They have the Vezins. We'll just find out. Yellowmac and Circle having a nice little chat as the round begins now.
I don't want SunsetRavens to get a little, overconfident in this and lose just based off of trying to buy every round and not getting enough money. I think a save round right now, while they're still 3 rounds up, is going to be really useful for them. As Hideout takes down Desander, that's already a Vezin down. Tiny Boy here waiting on the window with, I believe, Tonico pushing up as well. Nearly getting taken out there by Hideout. I just think a save would be really useful here for SunsetRavens rather than trying to push this advantage. Tiny Boy takes out Hideout on that window. 4v4 here. If SunsetRavens can get a good few kills off, it'll work out for them. Vessel is actually looking to push in on A. Completely uncontested. There's no door blocker. It looks like there's no procs, no trips. And everyone's on B right now, meaning he's pretty free to just push straight up behind them if he wants to.
He is currently pushing through Arcade, but there is a lot of gunfire here. Foam is down on the wall, and Adam is ready to kill anyone running through. But Vessel just gets to roam free. Tiny Boy sitting between the two areas. He doesn't know, though.
I think Vessel playing a great game of patience here. I think his teammates especially, I have to say, you know, stalling SunsetRavens out very well. Circle takes out Mike with a great Taurus play there. Adam moves just in time, takes out Yellow and Circle. Mommy takes out Adam. Tanako takes out Mommy, and Vessel takes out Tanako. Suddenly a 1v1 here to decide if SunsetRavens wins this. Vessel does not have EMP. He has to push out directly into Bookstore. Does claim a Vezin here. And a clutch from Hex! A clutch from Vessel there!
I mean, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's gonna go all the way.
I hate to make the prediction here, but I think SunsetRavens is kind of nickel and diming their way to a loss, you know? They haven't given themselves a pause here to get any utility, and now Hex EU is running away with it economy-wise.
We are 3 rounds through.
Yeah, they only need 2 rounds in order to get to that overtime, and then it's anyone's game.
We've done so well, though. 3 rounds in a row. The morale for SunsetRavens here is down. We see Llama and Vessel both at 10 kills each, and 9 deaths, 2 assists.
They very even so far. We do have Tanako leading 14-5, but Mommy Llama and Vessel, you know, coming pretty close behind. Top floor Maul here. SunsetRavens on defense. 3 Vezins, a Cadillo, and an Omen. Meanwhile, a full buy over on Hex. We'll see how it goes. Blowing the hatch here, but it looks like they're actually going to be pushing through Food Court and just faking the hatch. Tanako is right here. We'll see if he gets droned out in the point. They're looking to push pretty fast. It looks like they're not going to be going very slow. Shooting out the window here. Mommy Llama not leaving any stone unturned here with the drone, checking everywhere he can. Desander is going to take out the drone. I'm surprised Cielamak not pushing straight through to try to take him out. Now 4 players chilling here on B.
Trying to bait it out. They do have the wall that they could blow. They have the foam down, but they are trying to press around. Desander goes down to Circle. There is the advantage coming through for Hex once again.
Yep, and we're seeing here again Vessel roaming through Pharmacy here, trying to get the peek off. Tiny Boy is going to climb up here and probably take him out. Yep, takes him out here. That's going to be a great advantage to push here for SunsetRavens. 4v3 here. Adam tries to push through, gets taken out. Now a 2v4. I think we're going to see it happen here, Jodsy.
I think we are. Mike there is on the ramps, but Circle sat on that counter. You can see straight over. Mike is in a risky spot. Circle does hop down, and he goes down. Mike,
what a shot! Oh, Mike can actually push straight up to the EMP if he wants to here.
Yeah, no, Jado has a very weird pixel peek there on the stairs. I can just see his head, but he misses the shot. Mike does get a Vezin, but he goes down as Llama. Takes down the other. You know what, Plague? I think it's happening.
I don't want to put the Caster's curse on it, so I don't want to say anything definite, but they need one round. 1 round to get to OT. All the pressure is on Hex here. All the pressure is on SunsetRavens. They need to, I mean, both teams here, you know, sweating, trying to get this done, getting all the util they can. This is final round before Switch. Then it's going to be just straight up to gunplay and utility. SunsetRavens needs some utility here. They need to be able to deny a plant, deny a push. They need to be able to disrupt Hex EU's push through. We've been seeing Hex here just get the advantage, have a roamer, and push straight in. They need to be able to disrupt that push.
No, this is insane. We're seeing a comeback come through, and I mean, this is scary. If you look at a team and they get a 5-1 or 6-1 comeback, it's really scary to watch. But we are seeing it come through. They need one round, and then it's overtime. Fair ground. Let's hop into it.
And it looks like there is actually no one guarding the B point here except for Adam over on SunsetRavens. And it looks like HexEU is looking to just push straight through if they can. I'm surprised to not see a drone here from Mami Llama directly through that window.
Flash.
Looks like they are foaming. Now Tiny Boy through. Mike D10 takes out Vessel immediately. Circle gets the refrag here on Descender. Adam throwing a nade out does not get anyone down. Foamed up here. Adam is on the other side of the wall here. Is going to get peeked out. Is going to hide in the corner. Circle and Jidao both on this box trying to get any peeks off they can. Mami Llama on the window does, I believe, throw a smoke out. Might try to drop in there to plant. Mike D10 does wallbang it out, but barely can't get anything.
Llama is watching this height. Mike knows there's one up there. He is just getting a bit of a spray off. It is 4v4. That smoke drops and Llama's advantage goes, but Jado manages to take out one through the vent.
4v3 here. Adam takes out Circle, and now a 3v3. Adam and Tonico here able to refrag each other because of the angles they're at. Now a 2v3. Adam pushes out, gets taken out by Yellow. 2v2. Health advantage belongs squarely in SunsetRavens court here. Mike takes out Yellow Mac. Now it's just Jidao who's going to get peeked, and SunsetRavens claims the map. Oh, that's heartbreaking for Hex here. I think maybe we put the caster's curse on him.
That comeback was insane, though. They came back so hard there. I was expecting it to go another couple rounds. I mean, Vessel getting shut down at the start of the round was a big thing. Having that Roma gone, he was popping off every round.
Oh, I think it's just going to be... Oh, I mean, I can't imagine the mental over on Hex right now. You know, getting that, just barely not able to get that win off. You know, in SunsetRavens, the triumphant, you know, losing a few rounds in a row, kind of going down, maybe their mental's a bit in the dumps, and then realizing, hey, we're getting them one at a time, we're getting them down. Some great utility, some great incendiaries blocking off the push, and they get it done. You know, and I think I have to say, you were right.
I mean, it hurts a lot, but we see them come through. We saw them play well. We see a 4-round comeback, but then it gets shut down. I mean, VR esports is amazing. We saw so many angles, like the window peek. Imagine doing that in Siege. Like, the amount of different angles you can get. Drop a VR player in Siege. It's amazing what different things you can do. And I think for Hex, it was painful that they didn't manage to come through at the end there. But SunsetRavens getting their first win of the season.
And congratulations to them. You know, they did lose that factory 7-1, but they really brought it back up. You know, 7-3 on first map, 7-5 on the second. You know, preventing that comeback from HexEU has got to feel fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, that comeback must feel amazing, and I reckon they might try and ride that high into the next week, though, as we end off here. A 2-map win there to SunsetRavens, 1 map to Hex, and they keep their factory win rate. I've been Jonesy.
I've been Plague Doctor.
We'll see you next time on the EU side of Breaches VRML.
VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager. Triangle Factory.